Today, we're optimizing or constructing 5 different kinds of wind bellows. I'll show you how I built each one of these things, put it to the test with the anemometer, and then we're going to take it to the ultimate test, which is outside in a realistic campfire environment, and see how we can get those embers going. Interested? Here we go! I'll post below all the components for these builds. These right here are human powered, you might say. This one is a manual crank, and this one is battery operated. So let's start out with the easiest ones first. You can buy this bellow down below, and all I did is I just took cork, drilled a hole through it, and there you go. It's small, compact, portable. Having that extra cork in there really allows you to kind of put your lips around it and really kind of secure it in your mouth. This one here is just a copper pipe with an end cap. I'll show you later that open end cap like that is not real productive. It's hard to blow with any kind of force or impact. You just put a nice little 1/8 inch hole, just drilled it in from the bottom, cleaned it up, cap it off like that. You could actually solder that piece in there, but we're just going to keep this simple. Put it on there like that and put some of this copper tape on there. You could also use aluminum HVAC tape and do the same thing. And then on this end, I've got some clear vinyl tubing. It's 5/8 outer diameter, 1/2 inch inner diameter. Or this is a 2 foot long, 1/2 inch pipe with a 1/2 inch end cap. So it keeps it pretty simple. And then you just take the tape off. All of these take barely any tools whatsoever. And surprisingly enough, you can cut this tape with just some scissors, pretty thin, and then you wrap it around like that. We'll do that after the wind test. And then this is just 1/4 inch copper tubing. It's 14 inches, and then I've layered up clear vinyl tubing just to give it some strength. And then this is just, and it's a double action balloon pump, meaning that it's pushing out air both directions as you pump it. So we're gonna give that guy a shot. This one here is a bit of an anomaly. You want to get one with metal blades, post it down below, but I had to make a couple modifications to this. See if I can get this out now that I have it. So this is just the only piece that it comes with. And I don't think that gives you enough standoff distance, and you're going to have the same problem you have with an open pipe on this end. So what I did, see if I can show you with this, is I just had, this is actually a piece of a curtain pipe that I use that's black colored, and then I made a little plug. And this is just aluminum foil kind of wrapped up, squished down, put some rubber bands on there to hold it in place, and that constricts the flow, and you get a lot more of effective wind as you crank on this thing. But we'll see when we do the test. Now this guy is a bit of an anomaly. This is actually an inflate, deflate, rechargeable electrical air pump combined with a bigger brother of this collapsible bellows. And in order to make it fit, I had to get some electrical tape on there, but I think this may be the winner. And you can put it on here like this, extend it out, and you've got a good 2 feet to be away from the fire. And to, I was going to say inflating your fire. And the great thing about these bellows is that you can expand and contract them to the optimal length depending on whether or not you're doing this inside, like with a wood stove, and it makes it a lot smaller and compact. So this is a combination of 2 things you can get at Amazon, and I'll post those down below. So let's take these designs and put them up against the wind gauge or the anemometer and see what kind of max wind we can get out of it. This is a great little anemometer. I'll post it down below. I'm going to probably do an evaluation just on this anemometer because it's just that good. We're going to go with miles per hour, and this has a max rating. So like I just blew into it 15 miles an hour. So we'll set it up, we'll go through and step through, and I'll show you each one of them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot kind of this way against the anemometer so you can see the speed, and yet you can still see the thing here. So hopefully it's going to work. We'll see how it goes. So here is the straight 1/2 inch copper pipe without any end cap on it. Okay, maximum speed of 14 miles an hour, but I could only give you a second of that. Now we'll put the end cap on here. It's an 1/8 inch hole. You could go anywhere from 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch, but I think 1/8 inch is just about right. That's once you get this figured out, we'll tape it in place. Okay, with the cap we got up to 16 miles an hour, but I could sustain it for about 4 or 5 seconds. That's the difference. Now we're just going to go with the collapsible bellows. Here we go. 14.5 miles an hour maximum. So a little less than this. Not sure why. Maybe it's just a bigger hole, I guess. Kind of surprising results on that, actually. But Again, I could sustain it on this and I could sustain it on this with the cap on. Now we're going to do the balloon pump. 14 inches copper pipe. Here we go. Hold it in place over the camera. All right, very interesting results there. Only 4.2 miles an hour, but you can pump it again and again and again and again and again, and you don't have to worry about running out of breath. And here we go with the hand crank. If I'm really cranking it a lot, I can get to 11 miles an hour. Moderate cranking, about that speed, I can sustain about 7.8 miles an hour. And that's without the little plug in it. So we'll try it with the plug. Again, all I did is rolled up some aluminum foil, crunched it down with 2 bottle caps on either end, pressure fit it, and then ran a bunch of rubber bands around it. Let's see how it does with the plug inside. Wow, that's interesting. No more speed, but it seems like there's a lot more focused wind, so I'm going to go with the plug anyway. And finally, the electric air pump. All you got to do is hold this in place, extend it out, and you're in action. So we'll put the anemometer out there and see what kind of speed we can get. 18.6, our definite winner. And the great thing about this is all you got to do is just hold it up there. It's very lightweight. Can't be much more than a pound. And you can hold this all day long. It's made to inflate air mattresses and pool rings and things like that. So it can go pretty good. I've been playing with it here, I don't know, I'd say about half an hour. And I've only lost one of the 4 little LED lights. But that's pretty darn impressive. But the true test is to take these all outside against a fire and see how they actually do in the wild.